Hey guys, third attempt at this video. Had something loud run up and down the road here, which is right here. So had to restart, and I started showing the tire and wheel size on my 87, and I knelt down in a stupid anthill, and they got all over my leg and was just biting the crap out of me or stinging me. So had to take care of that. I wanted to get out here and clean both of these trucks up today, but my stupid mailbox decided to fall over, so I had to address that. Had to weed eat. I've got a lot to weed eat. It takes me a couple hours to weed eat. Anyway, all that aside, drove 2% today, and I mentioned a while back that it had a little bit of blow-by. Well, I thought the blow-by had kind of stopped, I guess. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but anyway, I thought maybe the motor had reseated and, sealed itself up. I thought maybe one of the rings needed to seat because the truck hadn't been drove much and it sat for several years. But anyway, I drove it today, kind of beat on it just a little bit, and it started smoking. When I say it started smoking, it was blowing oil out of the dipstick and onto the header. So it wasn't smoking out of the tailpipes, but it does have some blow-by, pretty bad blow-by at this point. The more I drive it, the worse it gets. So I've done a compression check on it before I put the motor back in the truck, and it was good. On all cylinders, I'll do that again. I've obviously got something hurt on the driver's side of this motor. So I'll either take the motor apart and figure out, which cylinder. It's probably got a broke ring, more than likely. Could be a piston, who knows. More than likely a ring. So I'll check that. And like I said, either fix this motor or put the 305 in it out of the Chevelle, and maybe just throw this motor back in the Chevelle for now, or put it on an engine stand. I don't know. Still got the LS kind of rolling around in my head. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see what's up, but it's off the market for now unless somebody wants to buy it with a hurt motor. It runs, it drives, it stops good. You can drive it up and down the road. You can see the transmission changes. You can see it stops good, but it will blow that oil out onto the headers. It's not a lot. It's not going to run itself out of oil or nothing, but again, I would not drive it far. If somebody wanted it, I'd put them in it. Message me. I'll give you my email. We can talk about it. Not going to give the truck away because this is not a big deal to me. It's not as big a deal to me as it is to a lot of people. So, but let me know if you're interested in it. I'll definitely sell it just as it sits, and we'll go from there. Like I said, new rotors, new tires, new sport air dam, new trim, new transmission. It's ready to go, guys. The truck runs up and down the road great, but like I said, that motor's hurt, so I want to get that addressed. I'm glad it didn't sell at the rod run. I would have hated for someone to have bought this truck, especially if it's somebody like me or whoever that was just up there looking for a truck and spent the majority of what money they had on this one and took it home and started having engine trouble. So I'd rather it be my problem as I would someone else's. Anyway, back to Clifford. I'm going to show you these wheel and tire size. I'm going to do it on this side this time. Those things wore my leg out there a while ago. 245 40 R20 on the front, and I believe that's an 8-inch wheel on the front. These back here are 9.5s. Trying to see what I'm doing here before I kneel down in another dang anthill. 275 40 R20 is the tire size. It's a 9.5-inch wheel. I put the wheel spacers on yesterday, so the wheel's out 1.25 inches further than what it would be. Like it or hate it or whatever. I like it better. I think it looks a lot better. It fills that wheel well up. You can't do much with the front because if you bring that on out, it's going to be hitting the inner fender. So just is what it is. I wish American Racing would take some of the back spacing out on these wheels for the 73 to 87s, and maybe even the 67 to 72s. It would probably work better. I can't remember. I've had these wheels on 67 to 72 trucks, but I can't remember exactly how they sat. But I know you couldn't run. This is the absolute least amount that they could take out for an OBS. Now they could add a little back spacing for an OBS truck, but just this wheel, you've got to roll this lip in on a OBS to run those torque thrust wheels. The billet specialties, several others, you don't have to do that too. Excuse me. But anyway, I put the wheel spacers on. Just a couple little minor things that I got done yesterday. It's pretty quick, didn't take long. I put the grill in that my buddy sold to me. He bought that grill new in the 90s and took it out pretty soon after. It wasn't in his truck long. He changed it. It was an 83 GMC, like this one. He had bought that grill to put in that truck, and then he went to a swap meet and found all the Chevrolet dual headlight stuff. So he liked the Chevrolet front end better, and so he swapped it all over to a Chevrolet front end. He also done that to Shannon. He just didn't like the GMC stuff, and you know what? They were his trucks, you know, to each their own. So anyway, lucky for me, I got the grill. I think it's going to clean up really well. It's been sitting in his dad's garage for years. Like I said, since the 90s. So my headlight bezels didn't match, so I sanded and painted them with the Ford Argent Silver, which is what I paint these rally wheels with, and still don't match. So I'm going to order a set of those bezels. They're pretty inexpensive. I think they're about 30 bucks a set, roundabout. So I'll get a set of those. Hopefully they match up better, or maybe I might look for another shade of gray that'll match the grill better. And like I mentioned in my last video, I found this tag, and man, I'm so proud to have that. I gave about $40 for that tag, but I'm all time on eBay looking at vintage booster plates. Vintage GMC booster plates, vintage Chevrolet booster plates, vintage hot rod booster plates, whatever, vintage car club booster plates. I just like these old booster plates, vanity plates, whatever. People call them different things. I call them booster plates, but I put the one that was on Clifford on to 2%, which is Square Body Syndicate. I ordered that from Square Body Syndicate.com or whatever. They've got t-shirts, all that cool stuff, stickers. I ordered quite a bit of stuff from when I got that tag, but check them out. Pretty cool stuff. But anyway, going to get back to these trucks over the weekend, clean them back up good, figure out what I'm going to do on 2%. More than likely end up pulling the motor apart, just figure out what I got going on, and fix that motor, because I really like the way the truck does. It works really well. The stall, the cam, everything in the truck works good. Again, it goes up and down the road good. It's fun to drive. So that's probably what I'll do, but who knows? You know, maybe the truck would probably sell better with the stock 305. You know, be a little more economical, I guess, cheaper on gas, whatever. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what I'm going to do with it. Again, I'm really glad I brought these things back. Now, of course, somebody wanted Clifford, I'd still put them in it. It's still for sale. Anything I've got's for sale, with the exception of a couple of them. They're not worth nothing anyway, and nobody's going to want them. But anyway, if they bring the right money. You know, if they don't, that's fine. I don't care. I'll keep them. I don't have to sell. Some people start thinking maybe you're in a financial bind. I'm not. You know, I just like to kind of change it up, get different things. But I tell you, I love this old red truck. This thing runs and drives so good. And I would be hard pressed to find another truck as good as this one. I mean, I can jump in this truck. I can drive it anywhere I want to drive it without worry. I've had a lot of them I can't say that about. I've had a bunch of them I could jump in and, you know, I'd be worried to death just driving to town and back. But not so much the case with this one. Now, I'd like to get a sport bumper for the back, a couple other little odds and ends like bumper guards. Now, I did get another bug shield that Tim Dixon actually ordered. It's just like the blue one that I had on 2%, but it's red. So, maybe I put it on Clifford. I don't know. Like I said, it's not a big deal if I put it on. It's something I can take right back off. It don't take 5 minutes. So maybe I'll throw it on there and just see what it looks like. We'll see. But anyway, just kind of want to update y'all. It's probably going to be a few days, maybe a week or so before I do another video. Wasn't going to do one tonight. I was going to wait till I got the trucks cleaned up and maybe figure out what I was going to do with 2%. But like I said, I know it's going to be a little while before I can do another one. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Like I said, it'd be probably a week or so. See you later.